Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be an episode on the snowstorm, if you want to call it. It's going to be more like a clipper-like system, just a disturbance that's going to be passing through southern Minnesota, central Wisconsin, northern Iowa, and possibly even into northern Illinois. This snowstorm, again, whatever you want to call it, will leave potentially up to 10 inches of snow. That's if everything goes right, 10 inches of snow. But the quarter of heaviest snow will most likely be 5 to 8 inches of snow. And I'll take you through it so you can see that this is Winter Storm Xanto right here, spinning away. This is the remains of the storm. Also, before this video starts, guys, I'm sorry. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It really helps out a lot, so thank you for that. But as I was saying, this is Winter Storm Xanto, and Winter Storm Xanto, it was just an incredible storm. It was powerful, it was huge, and it was very slow moving, so it allowed for very heavy snow. Sorry, my cat keeps coming over here. That's why I keep taking these pauses, and I'm trying to shoo him away. But so you can see that this storm was very slow moving, had very heavy snow, so allowed for lots of snow to accumulate. I'm in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Got its second largest storm on record, not just in April or in spring or this year, just on record. I think it was 23.9 or 2 inches of snow. So almost 2 feet of snow. Minneapolis got, I think, around 15 inches, which is also very high snowfall totals. In general, the upper Midwest got slammed and hammered. They got absolutely clobbered with heavy snow. And it's April, guys. It's our April 16th today. I really do think that winter should be releasing a grip at least by now, but it doesn't seem to be weakening its grip until a couple of weeks in advance. So there is a little snowstorm that's going to be occurring, not nearly as strong as Winter Storm Xanto, and this storm is going to be, you can see this is spinning around Winter Storm Xanto still. You can see how slow it's literally not moving anywhere, and that's keeps spinning away. This is where the next one comes out, and sorry about that. You can see the low is further down here, and it has a little shaft of whatever you want to call it, a little slug of moisture of some snow and some light rain. So you can see this passes through. There's the cold front. The cold front somewhere around here, the warm front somewhere around here. But this storm isn't super organized, so it doesn't have that defined of a cold and warm front. However, it does pass through. You can see even potentially some discrete thunderstorm cells or a squall line, which could lead to some potential damaging winds. But you can see how heavy this snow breaks out. I mean, northern Illinois, let's go down here. This doesn't really show us I don't know what this is in the 54, 52, 44, but usually this would be, I would guess around 6 inches of snow per hour for a brief period of time, this band right here. So that could definitely lead to whiteout conditions, slick travel, car accidents, headaches on the road, and that won't. The thing with this storm is that it will be passing by fairly quickly, so that will be the good thing with this storm. It won't be causing much snowfall in terms of record-breaking snowfall amounts due to the fact that it's so fast-moving. You can see some background snow hits areas like Chicago and Michigan, but it does generally weaken as it moves on. Now, if you're wondering how much snow are we going to receive, well, it's the moment of truth. Like I mentioned before, it does seem like the most snow will fall in this quarter between southern Minnesota, central Wisconsin and northern Iowa. So you could see again that pink color over there, 6, 7, 8 inches of snow. I think this model is a little bit underestimating it. Let's go to the NAM 12KM. You can see the NAM 12KM very similar. In general, possibly 2 inches here in Chicago again. With Chicago, even though it hasn't seen any record-breaking snowfall amounts, has seen one of its snowiest Februarys and Aprils in quite a while. So this, I think we received around 5 or 6 inches in total this April, which is still fairly quite a bit for April. So here in the Chicago area, And it does look like if we could get another 1 to 3 inches of snow from this system. And you can see Iowa again, the same areas that got hit by this storm. Green Bay, centered right there, could see another another snow wave, depending on whether the snow shifts a little bit further south or north or south. Green Bay or Chicago are on like the borders. And you can see that does generally weaken. It doesn't leave too much snow in Michigan. A little bit, but I think this is a little bit out of place and this shouldn't be there. So I would generally say 1 to 3 inches for Michigan, but for this area right here, southern Minnesota, central Wisconsin, northern Iowa, southern Wisconsin, potentially up to 5 to 8 inches of snow. Now let's go to the GFS and let's see what they have to say. You can see the GFS is more bullish on this, showing up as much as up to 10 inches of snow, which I do think is a possibility. However, I don't think it will happen because this storm will I don't think it will be intense enough to leave that much snow in such a short amount of time. But you can see wider swath according to the GFS, more snow, and just a little bit further north. You could see Green Bay for this would be in the 5 to 8 inches of snow, so that would boost their snowfall total again. But Chicago would not be in the snowfall, so this all, or in the heavier snowfall. So this all really depends on how it plays out. This Canadian model, very similar to the GFS and the NAM, has a little bit further north than the NAM families, but you can see general southern Minnesota, central Wisconsin, northern Iowa, general 5 to 8 inches of snow. So this is basically what's going to be occurring across the next couple of days across the country. But I'll also like to take you guys to just the CON US, which is just like the whole state of the United States. I'd like to show you the snowfall totals for the next 240 hours. So we'll let that load. And in general, you can see these snowfall totals just are going to be mainly from the system that occurs in a couple days from now. So it does appear that finally, after a long winter, the snowfall totals may come to an end. So the snowstorms may stop coming, and you can see some snow will obviously still fall in the mountains. That won't stop until summer. However, across most of the country, I think it'll be a much pleasant warm up. And as of temperatures, the GFS has been warming things up, which is good news for me because, I mean, for a lot of people, this is good news because a lot of people want warm weather. But you can see cold weather persists for about 1 more week, maybe 2. But then the warm air starts breaking through and really gets through according to this is actually the Canadian, sorry, but you can see that the GFS is also very similar. First cold air, and then the warm air starts getting through, but this is the new model run, which only runs out to 192 hours, so let's keep going further. You can see the warm air is much more mixed in with the cold air, so I think there's going to be much pleasant relief for much of the country. Warmer weather. The cold is going to persist for about 1 more week. You can see this. So today is 16th, and I think it should start ending around the 24th. So about exactly 1 week more of cold weather across the eastern half of the country, and then things start really warming up, which is just amazing. I just love warm weather. So you can see 50s, 70s, 60s for much of the country, and this does seem to be a consistent trend with all the models. So even if you're a cold lover, this unfortunately is going to happen, and winter is going to come to an end. So that's sorry to disappoint you, but winter is definitely not going to take over summer. But grants. So you can see that this is it's going to be warming up, and spring is definitely coming. So this is probably one of the last snowstorms I will be covering. So say bye to winter, I guess, and now we will be focusing more on severe weather on my channel. We'll also be focusing more on hurricanes on this channel, and just more about the temperatures, probably not as much as the snowstorms, because snowstorms in the summer don't occur. Simply, they just don't. And so maybe there will be a couple of cold shots. I'll detail that. Some frost later on in the spring, but overall it does seem as if spring is on its way and things are looking good. So please guys, consider subscribing to my channel. Please consider liking this video. If you don't like the video, please tell me why, because I just want to know. I want to improve my channel, so please tell me why, and leave a comment whether you like the video or not. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing the video, like I said, like 5 times. And see you guys in the next episode.